Good morning, everyone. Students, as you know, we have two parts in our business studies book, part A and part B. Part A is principles and functions of management. This we have completed and it was containing 8 chapters. So we have completed all these 8 chapters, and today we are going to start part B. That's business, finance and marketing. Here we will study about the business finance in detail and marketing. Okay, and it's containing 4 chapters. Next one, the first in this, and here it is ninth chapter, that's financial management, then financial marketing management and consumer protection. Okay, so we are starting this part 2 or part B, business finance and marketing, and this is our chapter number 9, financial management. Well, students, meaning of financial management, I have told you when you start any chapter, so before proceeding with the chapter, the name of chapter should be clear to you. Okay, and most probably that's a definition of this also. Okay, financial management, it's very simple. Management of the finance, there we have learned overall management of the business, and here especially financial management. Finance is a very big element in the business. It's a life giving item in the business. Without finance no one can survive. So it's very important to manage the finance properly. So here we have complete one part of this book, financial management. So financial management is concerned with efficient acquisition and allocation of funds. In other words, financial management is concerned with flow of funds and involves decision related to procurement of funds, investment of funds in long term and short term assets, and distribution of earning of honor. It's telling that financial management is concerned with efficient acquisition and its allocation of the fund. Efficient acquisition means how you have acquired this finance. आपने finance किन किन resources से arrange किया है and how efficiently you have arranged it. कम cost पे ठीक से आपने finance arrange किया है and only the required finance you have arranged. Okay, so that you have to this comes in the management. And allocation of that, allocation means to distribute the funds. Once you have arranged the fund, you have started doing your business and we have a profit. So how to allocate the profits ka distribution in the way of dividend. If we are talking about the company, so students, company में जो profit होता है that is distributed in the way of dividend. तो dividend कितना declare करना है, ऐसा नहीं होता companies में the whole profit you are giving to the shareholder as a profit. No, it is not given as a dividend. Okay, the whole profit is not given as a dividend, only a part of that is distributed. So what is that part? That's quite important decision. All right, so that is also a part of the financial management. Further it is explaining the same thing. It is telling that related to procurement of fund, investment fund in the long term, in short term, and distribution of the earning. See, the first thing, how you have arranged the finance. Second thing, investment decision, आप कहाँ कहाँ invest करते हैं. If you have kept your money with you and you are not investing anywhere, so you are not going to earn anything else. इन्वेस्टमेंट करना, आप फिक्स असेट्स में कर रहे हैं, करंट में कर रहे हैं, बिजनेस के बाहर कर रहे हैं या कहीं और किसी एरिया में कर रहे हैं, तो ये सारे आपके फाइनेंशियल डिसीशंस हैं, इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीशंस हैं. ठीक है. एंड देन distribution of the dividend we have talked about. Okay, so in simple words we can say financial management refers to efficient acquisition of finance. अच्छे से आपने finance arrange किया है. efficient utilization of finance, आपने सही तरीके से उसका utilization किया है, wastage नहीं किया है finance का. and efficient distribution and disposal of surplus for smooth working of company, and out of the profit you have distributed the sufficient amount of dividend. ये decision लिया है. So this is called your financial management. Okay, means financial management, like everything related to the finance comes in this. So here we will discuss about the role of financial management, कि finance का नहीं, financial management का, manage करने का क्या role है. You can say the benefits. Okay, so all the financial activities of a company are directly or indirectly affected by the financial management. जितनी भी आपकी financial activities हैं, these all activities are related to the financial management. So the common activities and area which are influenced by the financial managements are given here. It's telling the important area, the common area which are influenced by the financial management. कि आप फाइनेंस जो मैनेज कर रहे हैं इन पे उसका इम्पैक्ट होता है, या कह सकते हैं इन चीज़ों से रिलेटेड आपको फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट करना होता है. ओके, so the first one, it's telling size and composition of fixed assets. Students, how much fixed assets you are going to keep in your business, means your business will be at what level. That will be large, at the large scale, medium scale, or the small scale. Okay, so the size and composition of fixed assets depends directly on investment decision. How much capital company is planning to invest. कंपनी कितना इन्वेस्ट कर रही है, ठीक है, कैपिटल में कंपनी को कितना इन्वेस्ट करना है, कितनी फिक्स असेट्स लेनी है, राइट, कहाँ से अरेंज होंगी, ये सारे आपके फाइनेंशियल डिसीशंस को इफ़ेक्ट करते हैं. अगर आपने सोचा है कि योर कंपनी विल बी ऑन द लार्ज स्केल एंड यू विल हैव मोर असेट्स, मोर फिक्स असेट्स यू हैव टू कीप, सो यू हैव टू अरेंज मोर फाइनेंस. ओके, अमाउंट एंड कॉम्पोजिशन ऑफ करेंट असेट्स. सेकेंड, फर्स्ट वॉज योर फिक्स असेट्स, नाउ इट्स अबाउट करेंट एसेट्स का क्या कॉम्पोजिशन होगा. ठीक है, क्वांटम ऑफ करेंट एसेट्स एंड इट्स ब्रेकअप इनटू कैश, इन्वेंट्री एंड रिसीवेबल. At this level you must be knowing students, current assets is involving so many things in it. Okay, जिसमें आपका कैश भी होता है, स्टॉक होता है, डेटर्स हैं, BR हैं, इन्वेस्टमेंट है, शॉर्ट टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट्स है, बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं. तो उसमें आपका कैश का, इन्वेंट्री एंड रिसीवेबल्स का क्या शेयर होगा. द अमाउंट ऑफ करेंट एसेट्स एंड इट्स डिविजन इन कैश, BR, इन्वेंट्रीज also depends upon financial decision. It depends upon the amount of fixed assets, credit policy of company, inventory management, etc. So all these things influence this decision. Okay, क्रेडिट पॉलिसी क्या है आपकी. अगर आप क्रेडिट पे सेल करते हैं तो आपको ज़्यादा पैसे की ज़रूरत होगी, मोर करेंट एसेट्स यू हैव टू कीप. इफ़ यू हैव कैश पॉलिसीज ओनली कि हमें तो कैश बेसिस पे ही बेचना है, सो द फ्लो ऑफ कैश विल बी मोर. ओके, सो यू रिक्वायर लेस करेंट एसेट्स, राइट स्टूडेंट्स. सो रोल ऑफ फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट, फाइनेंस आप मैनेज कर रहे हैं, दीज फैक्टर्स आर related to those area, these are quite important. Third one is the amount of long term and short term funds. Okay, long term and short term funds. So the amount to be raised for long term as well as for short term depends upon the financial management and organization. Means कितना आपको शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए चाहिए है, कितना लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए चाहिए. दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टूडेंट्स, because in the short term we require the money for your current assets and all. आपकी जो हमने सेकंड पॉइंट में डिस्कस किया था, क्रेडिट पॉलिसी है या कैश पॉलिसी है, दैट ऑल्सो मैटर्स. ओके, एंड लॉन्ग रन में आपको कितना चाहिए, आपकी इन्वेस्टमेंट पॉलिसी क्या है, फिक्स असेट्स में क्या इन्वेस्टमेंट पॉलिसी है, एंड व्हाट अदर फर्दर योर प्लानिंग्स आर देयर रिगार्डिंग द बिजनेस. So the amount to be raised for long term as well as for the short term depends upon the financial management and organization. Okay, आपकी organization पे depend करता है, financial management पे depend करती हैं सारी policies. The firm which have policy of liquidation prefer to have more of long term finance, although with that profit will decrease as company has to pay more interest on long term debts as compared to the short term debts. Here what is this, लॉन्ग टर्म डेट्स आपने लिया है तो उस पर आपको इंटरेस्ट पे करना पड़ेगा, ज़्यादा टाइम के लिए पे करना पड़ेगा, सो यू नीड मोर फाइनेंस. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स यू विल बी कीपिंग इन योर माइंड. नेक्स्ट वी हैव ब्रेकअप ऑफ लॉन्ग टर्म फाइनेंसिंग इनटू डेट, इक्विटी एक्सेट्रा. ब्रेकअप ऑफ लॉन्ग टर्म फाइनेंसिंग. स्टूडेंट्स, लॉन्ग टर्म फाइनेंस लंबे टाइम के लिए जो है आपके पास, तो हाउ डू यू ब्रेकअप इन डेट एंड इक्विटी. मीन्स जो लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए पैसा है उसमें से कितना पैसा आपका डेट से आपने अरेंज किया है, कितना इक्विटी से किया है. दिस वी हैव डिस्कस इन अकाउंटेंसी. डेट मीन्स आपने डिबेंचर से कितना लिया है, बैंक से लॉन्ग टर्म बोरोइंग्स कितना लिया है, ये सारी चीज़ें, एंड कितना आप शेयर से अरेंज कर रहे हैं, because that is your borrowed fund and equity is your owners fund, right? And these have the different impact on the business. जहाँ आपकी परमानेंट इनकम है वहाँ डेट से ज़्यादा आप अरेंज करते हैं तो दैट्स गुड, यू कैन पे. एंड आपकी अनसर्टेन इनकम है, परमानेंट इनकम नहीं है, या certainty is not there, so equity is preferable, because when you have the profits, so you can pay the dividend, and if you don't have profit you don't pay. Okay, so that affects your financial decision. Next, you have all items in profit and loss account. So here all the items of P&L are affected by decisions of financial account. All the item of P&L, students, you have learned how to prepare the P&L account. डेबिट में सारे एक्सपेंसेस होते हैं, क्रेडिट में सारे इनकम है, तो ये आपके फाइनेंशियल डिसीजन को इफेक्ट करते हैं क्योंकि आपका पैसा खर्च हो रहा है, एक्सपेंसेस हैं, एंड एक्सपेंसेस आर डन थ्रू द कैश ओनली. ओके, सो ऑल द आइटम ऑफ P&L आर affected by the decision of financial management. Generally, items related to expenses and revenue are recorded in the P&L account. That's very very clear. Okay, expenses and income आप record करते हैं. If we pay more interest, depreciation will be increase expenses and affect profit and loss account. It's telling if we pay more interest, ज़्यादा interest है तो ये आपके P&L को affect करता है. depreciation आप pay कर रहे हैं तो इससे भी आपका expenses बढ़ जाता है, but there is no flow of the cash in the depreciation. Okay, so students, role of financial management, that's very, it plays very crucial role. Okay, in the business. Next topic we have objectives of the financial management. Financial management के क्या objectives हैं, उद्देश्य क्या है, आखिर आप ये मैनेजमेंट करते क्यों हैं. Although a picture is clear in the mind that we can't do anything without the financial management. आपको पता ही नहीं है कि आपको कितना फंड अरेंज करना है, कितना आपको चाहिए है, पहले तो कितना चाहिए है, फिर कितना आपको मिल रहा है, किस किस सोर्सेज से मिल रहा है, उन पर कितना कितना आपको एक्सपेंसेस देना है, राइट, कितना आपको इन्वेस्ट करना है. सो मेनी फैक्टर्स आर देयर. So this is only the objective of financial management, to decide in certain areas कि आपको क्या करना है. So here it is explaining in detail. The main and foremost objective of financial management is to maximize the wealth of equity shareholder. Okay, financial management, students, what we are studying about, we are studying about a business. Okay, and the owner of business, to be very honest, that person works for the profit, right, and in all the conditions he wants to maximization of its profit, कि उसका profit maximum होना चाहिए. तो फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट जो आप कर रहे हैं, दैट इज फॉर द बेटरमेंट ऑफ द बिजनेस, एंड इट इज ओनली द सोल थिंग व्हेन you have more profit. You know, profit is the center of rest of the things. If you have sufficient profit, if you have more profit, so rest of the formalities, rest of the legal requirements can be fulfilled from the profits. Okay, so it's telling that for main and foremost objective of financial management is to maximize the wealth of equity share. इसका main objective है कि जो हमारे शेयर होल्डर्स हैं उनका wealth maximum हो, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हो. So the financial manager is in a company makes decision for the owners, the shareholders of the firm. Okay, तो financial manager किसके लिए decision करता है, owners के लिए, shareholder के लिए. He must take such decisions which will ultimately prove gainful from the point of view of the shareholder. So he has to take the decision which will be beneficial to the shareholder in all the cases, and shareholders gain only when the price of the share increases in market. Okay, शेयर होल्डर्स को कब गेन होता है, जब आपकी रेपुटेशन बढ़ती है, गुडविल बढ़ती है, एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग ऑन स्मूथली, एंड द प्राइस ऑफ योर शेयर्स इंक्रीजेस इन द मार्केट. ओके, so financial decisions which result in increase in value of share is considered very efficient decision. So this financial decision is very very important because your reputation increases in the market and the value of share increases in the market. So on the other hand, the financial decision which brings fall in the value of equity share is considered poor decision. और ऐसे financial decision जिसकी वजह से आपके shares market में गिर जाते हैं, the market price of your share decreases in the market, so that's poor decision. So one should have a strong decision, good financial decision one should have, as we can maximize the profit. Okay, so this objective of maximizing the wealth of equity share, right students, objective हमने पढ़ा, objective of financial management क्या है, objective to maximize the wealth. Okay, The objective of maximizing the wealth of equity share automatically fulfills many other objectives. As I have told you, profit is the center of rest of the things. If somehow you have achieved this objective to maximize the wealth of a shareholder, that means you have achieved rest of them. If you have a good profit, so definitely you provide better salary, you provide the bonus, certain other things, a growth for the business, and business is growing, so definitely employees are also growing. So as equity shareholders get share from a residual income only, they are given dividend only after the claims of supplier, employees, lenders, creditors, and any other legitimate claimants. Therefore, if the shareholders are gaining, it automatically implies that all other claimants are also gaining. Students, we have discussed it already, and once again I'm telling you, shareholders are getting the profit just at the end of everything. Okay, when we prepare the P&L account, we find out net profit, and from the net profit we have to first, how to get the net profit? When we have done all the expenses, all the liabilities we have paid, only then we have the net profits. And from these profits, first we create the reserves, some retained earning, and certain other kind of things. Means everything we are managing from the profit. We are paying to the suppliers, employees, lender, creditor, everything we have done. Okay, तब जाके प्रॉफिट मिलता है शेयर होल्डर को. और वंस शेयर होल्डर हैज रिसीव्ड द प्रॉफिट, दैट मीन्स एवरीथिंग इज ओके and everywhere the things are going on smoothly, isn't it students? Are you getting? Profit मिल जाने का मतलब मैक्सिमाइजेशन ऑफ द वेल्थ ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर मीन्स मिलता कब है शेयर होल्डर्स को? सबसे लास्ट में. और सबसे लास्ट में मिल गया, इसका मतलब एवरीथिंग इज फाइन, सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा है, सारे एक्सपेंसेस पे हो गए हैं, बैंक को पे कर दिया है, लोन, इंटरेस्ट, एवरीथिंग यू हैव पेड, यू आर पेड टू योर सप्लायर, क्रेडिटर, एवरीथिंग. ओके, so if you achieve this goal, that means we have managed the finance very well. Okay, our financial management is absolutely good. And if you don't have the profit, so we have to think, okay, then your financial management is not good. All right students, so if you have attained this goal to maximize the wealth of shareholder, that means rest of the things you have done automatically. Okay, the objectives of increase in value of equity share doesn't mean that finance manager should involve in manipulative activities to bring rise in the price. Students, it doesn't mean, see, if maximization of the wealth is required, this is our motive, okay, but it doesn't mean that finance manager should involve in manipulating activities to bring rise in the prices. When you will study the accountancy and you will complete your CA, you will find out that so many things are there, the things can be manipulated. If finance manager is doing so, that's not the right practice, that's not a good thing. मैनिपुलेशन के बाद आप अपनी शेयर्स की वैल्यू को इंक्रीज करके दिखा रहे हैं, तो दैट शुड नॉट बी देयर. द राइज इन प्राइस मस्ट कम विद द ग्रोथ ऑफ अ फर्म. जो ये प्राइजेस राइज हुए हैं, ये फर्म के ग्रो होने के साथ होना चाहिए, फर्म की ग्रोथ के साथ होना चाहिए. Which increase in profit of firm and with satisfaction of all the parties associated with the company, with the objective of wealth maximization of equity shareholders, following objectives automatically get achieved. All right students, so it is telling that it should be in the very in fair and honesty way, and if once you have achieved this objective, means rest of the objectives has been automatically fulfilled by the firm. And it's telling that following objectives automatically get achieved. Although we have discussed meanwhile कि कौन से हो जाते हैं, we have paid to the creditors, suppliers and all. So they have mentioned that profit maximization. Okay, आपका maximization of the wealth of the equity shareholder achieve हो गया है. So profit maximization automatically has been done. Maintenance of liquidity, of course you are managing. Proper utilization of fund you are doing, that is why you have a profits. Meeting of financial commitments with creditors, of course you have paid to your creditors, the financial commitment which you have made with your creditors, that you have fulfilled. Okay, only then you are able to maximize the wealth, you are able to earn profit. Profit is the last one. Net profit comes just at the end of your P&L account, after paying all the liabilities and all the expenses we have done. Right students? So here we have completed this objectives of the financial management, and next is very very important decisions which we have discussed in the previous topic. Financial decision, these are very important in the financial management. Okay, so this was your financial management, and here this is your financial decisions. Students, the finance functions, फाइनेंस के जो फंक्शंस हैं, फाइनेंस को मैनेज करते हुए जो आपके मेन फंक्शंस हैं, रिलेट टू 3 मेजर डिसीजंस. फाइनेंस के फंक्शन में फाइनेंसिंग फंक्शन जो है या मैनेजमेंट है, उसमें 3 बड़े डिसीजंस आपको लेने हैं. दीज आर वेरी क्रूशियल फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ द सक्सेस ऑफ योर बिजनेस. फर्स्ट वन इज इन्वेस्टमेंट डिसीजन, second one is financing decision, and third one is dividend decision. All these 3 decisions are very important, right? The success of your firm depends upon all that. If you have taken the wrong decision, so problem can be there. Okay, so that's all for today, students. Okay, so we will start these decisions in the next classes. Fine, so we will proceed with the investment decision in the next class. So keep learning all these things properly, learn it on the daily basis, only then you can have good marks in your exam. Thank you.